Cybernation Uncensored.
Hey, we're officially live. Everyone should be able to see us and hear us now. Let's check those mics. Everyone say hello.
Hello there.
Howdy ho!
Hey everyone.
Well, hi.
Okay, that's a little different there for Alex, but we're gonna go with that. All right, chat. Let us know as long as everyone sounds good, and we look okay to you. We'll get started. Sometimes people get muted and frozen, and we got to fix that. And we will if you just let us know when it happens. Chat, you're very much so part of this stream, so don't let us down. This is our weekly Cyberpunk Red gameplay. Team Nevermore, we do every Saturday, same place, same time. We've been doing this for, well, a while now. We're all the way up through, we just ended a recent campaign called, wait, what? And it was a two-parter. It went through all kinds of twists and turns and fun and excellent role-playing. And it got us to where we are today, and I'll do a little recap about that, and I'll explain kind of what we're doing, where it's going, and then we'll dive right in. But before we get to that point, let's first do like we always do. Let's go around the table. Everyone take a moment to introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you online, and introduce your character as well. Will, start it off.
Hey, I'm Will. You can find me on Twitter at Billy Huddles. You can also find me on the Cybernation Uncensored Discord if you ever want to chat. I changed my name there. You can find me under Public Pancakes now, formerly Rook. Doing a little bit of a name change here. So, I'll be playing No Sticks to the Netrunner tonight. So, a little bit of mischief and make somebody pay for their fucking crimes.
Ooh, sounds like something might have happened. We'll have to talk about that in a little bit. Nick.
Hello there. My name is Nicholas King. You can find me all over the web, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at the King Square. I'm also one of the mods on our Discord server, also going by the King Square. Writer, raconteur, love talking about stuff on our Discord. But for tonight, I will be playing Hank C., the resident rocker boy / fixer.
Nice. And Raven.
Raven. You can find me all over the internet at A Familiar Raven. You can find me here for today for Team Nevermore until we jump to Cyborg in 2 weeks. You can find me every Friday from 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for my High Riders campaign. And every other Saturday with GM Darren Drader for Fallout Pacific Northwest. I'm working on possibly starting up a second launch for my High Riders team that'll alternate with my primary team. So be on the lookout for that. And tonight I'm playing Belladonna Jax, the Ripper. Nexus. There's nowhere you can run where we won't find you. You're done.
I'm feeling it. And Alex.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex Maxwell. You can find me in the Cybernation Uncensored Discord under Maxwell. You can find me on TikTok under Maxwell Musings and Alex R. Maxwell on Twitter. You can find it in the chat thing on the side. I'm a promotion manager with CNU, and I also run a little talk show the first Friday of every month where we talk about tabletop RPGs, tech, and assorted geeky stuff. And then every other Mondays, so coming up, it's going to be the 20th. We do our The Last of Us stream where I get to be a very different kind of angry old man than the one I played tonight. And the one that I'm playing tonight is none other than Scarecrow or Scare Bear, Scaly, or he's collected as many nicknames as he has got friends at this point. So yeah, I'm all for it.
What's your geeky show called?
And
yeah, the geeky show is Talk Nerdy to Me.
Talk
wink,
Nerdy
wink,
to
nudge,
Me.
nudge.
Oh, I love
yeah.
it. Oh, and let's not forget to mention that in the near future, I'm hearing rumors. I don't know, word on the street. My my fixer hookups are telling me, I got a little buzz in my ear that there might be some Acton Cthulhu coming up, run by Alex. We'll have to wait and see how that develops in the near future.
Yes. Yeah. Remember, children, loose lips sink ships. But yeah, here's hoping.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. Oh, hey, Bronx Smash. I see we got some familiar faces dropping in the chat. Really appreciate that. Good timing. We have quite the episode tonight where everyone can kind of get involved and offer opinions and help kind of direct the team in the right direction before we part from Team Nevermore for a while and head off into Cyborg and then Death in Space and then into the Odd and whatever other systems before we get back to Team Nevermore eventually. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me first explain who I am. I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the Game Master here, but I'm also the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. We have all kinds of content, gameplay. It's not just me. We showcase tons of other game masters and content creators and producers as well. Check us out. We have a live show almost every day of the week. Some days, multiple shows a day. If you can't catch the lives on Twitch, which you should definitely try to stop by sometimes, it's always fun hanging out live with all the different teams and shows and stuff. But if you can't do that, at least go to Cybernation Uncensored on YouTube and check out all the VODs. I'm going to drop the socials here in the chat. There's our link tree. Check it all out. But yeah, follow, subscribe on YouTube, here on Twitch for the lives, YouTube for the VODs. We go out to a bunch of podcast sites after that. We have an extremely active Discord with casting calls and all kinds of stuff. So check that out as well. Also, check out the Patreon. I've got a gameplay opportunity every month. We do a raffle, a live raffle. I run it live in the Cybernation Uncensored Facebook group. And yeah, we pick 2 winners a month. We're going to cycle in a couple different players each month to play with the new team Veritas, which is now called Phoenix Rising, led by my beautiful wife, Val Mulligan. So check that out on Patreon. I'm also going to be launching a free shirt sort of thing that's going to probably get wrapped up in the $5 tier where you get shout outs and anything above, where aside from the 2-player raffle every month, we'll do a raffle where someone gets a free Cybernation Uncensored shirt sent to them. So look out for that as well. So yeah, all kinds of goodies going on. In fact, now that I mentioned Patreon, why don't I take a moment to give a shout out to Chris Anderson, Rothan, aka Renegade 420, Matt James, aka GM Reservoir Panda, PWB, William Huddleston, Leaded Coffee, Cyber Smiley, Zach, aka Capricious Nature, Zach Moreno, aka Savage McNavage, Nicholas King, aka The King Square. I need an aka. I'm starting to get jealous. Rufio, Zeno, Jamie Minch, Joseph Holder, John Erfurt, Tracy Goodwin, aka Stink Palm, another aka. Raven, Alex Maxwell, Chris Callies, Ryan Anderson, Terrafan, Volpes, Vox, Sapper, Bronx Smash, and David Payne. Some of the new ones that jumped into the gameplay, we're going to be seeing Bronx Smash and Rufio playing this first month. They won the first 2 spots. I'm really excited about that because we've been seeing both of them in the role-playing community for a long time. They're very active with not just my streams, but other communities, and they're just awesome people. Really excited to have them as part of our show and community, so definitely tune into that. But this is Team Nevermore, like I said, Cyberpunk Red. We're kind of wrapping it up. This is our 24-hour cafe special roleplay session where we're going to, kind of let the team carry on from where we left off. I'm going to explain that in a moment and what the options are. Then they're going to have a kind of a roleplay session where if you've checked out any of my teams in between campaigns, they always go to the 24-hour cafe in the Upper Marina to just hang out, see their favorite waitress, Donna. Everyone loves Donna. And then they get a bite to eat, something to drink. They talk about the previous campaign and then discuss where they might be going, as well as maybe some encounters, maybe just some fun role play. In this case, we've got a lot to unpack, a lot to go over. Their previous campaign was a 2-parter. They had to basically get the DNA of an exec that they captured, which they kind of failed half of that. So they were they had a time limitation on the second part where they had to break into the business court facility, a prison division or whatever, and get this other exec out and rescue him for Raven Microcybernetics that the team is basically owned by. If you know anything about the character creation of Cyberpunk Red, you can sell yourself to a corporation, a crime family or such to get some extra money, in which in this case they're all owned by Raven Microcybernetics. But they had to get out that exec, spread the DNA, make it look like a mess, and get out of there, which they did. They successfully did all that. They went to go celebrate with Nexus, who is now an NPC I play. It's their team Media, who appeared when they lost their first Media after the first campaign and kind of joined the team during the second campaign. But they went to go celebrate with her at her flat there in the combat zone. I think it was in Old Japantown.
Old Japantown.
Yeah, hint, hint. And they got there and they all took some shots and had to do a resist torture and drugs test where most of the team, half of the team ended up unconscious. I think it was Gnostics and Hank were the only ones standing. And then she says, I want to introduce you to my family. Enter some tiger claws that the team basically framed and fucked up in the first campaign. During that mission, they kind of threw the scent off with that when they had to extract this chip thing. It was just a crazy situation. Check out all the VODs on the Cybernation Uncensored YouTube. You won't be disappointed. Lots of great role-playing and crazy plot twists. But yeah, their team member was part of the Tiger Claws. This was a big revenge plot. If you watch any of the previous sessions, you'll see moments where they had to take off their headphones, and our previous player that was playing Nexus before she became an NPC would have moments with her family, the Tiger Claws, talking about the team, setting them up, all kinds of things. But yeah, they fought their way out. They fucked up the Tiger Claws. They even got some free goodies out of the situation and took off, but Nexus got away. They talked to Cromwell. Cromwell said, hey, look, everyone has that liquid shit that they track them, they can control, or whatever Cromwell has over them. I think Hank C thought to suggest that, and Cromwell said, well, here you go, kind of triggered it to their agent, so now they can track Nexus through that liquid stuff that they all had to get the gig. So that's kind of where we left off. The team went back to the pad. Some of them slightly injured. Obviously, some took some damage from the Tiger Claws, whether you had SP to repair, HP to repair. I know the team had to get some sleep that night. So they all went back. They got some sleep. And they got at least their body stat HP back, we'll say. I'll at least give that back so everyone can kind of get that. I know the team was discussing, a lot of the team needs therapy. We know that. Luckily, you have a med tech, but you have options to pay. I know Gnostics is really cyberpsychosis. Hank is borderline. Belladonna Jax has her own issues. We won't get into that split personality stuff that she's going through, coming back from the dead and whatnot. But anyways, before I move forward too much, was that pretty decent for a recap? Do you think that was good? We can move forward.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then the first question here, I'm not going to take away the 24-hour cafe session from you all. We are going to have that role play session where we recap, we discuss moving forward. We want to discuss side hustles, therapy, all that stuff, because we're going to put some weeks there because I know the team needs it, was going to do it. But there's a decision to be made before we do that, and I'll let you all discuss that. You wake up the next morning, you're all camped out at Jax Belladonna's Ripper Doc shop. You at least got your body stat back. Let me get some city sounds going from Sirenscape. Shout out to Sirenscape, official sponsor here. Shout out to Steve Barr. And I know I didn't get the full list updated, but hold on. Let me drop these sirens too. Sometimes they can get a little loud for chat. But yeah, ultimately, you wake up the next morning. You're in the city. You're in Belladonna Jax's Ripper Doc shop. You went to bed the night before. You know that you've got the tracer thing going, but you needed to repair some HP. You know you can track Nexus. She went off somewhere towards Haywood. In fact, let me bring up the city map here to the team. Go a little sharing, go a little full screen. And bring that up on chat. I love this map. Yeah, you know that you followed the tracing, the tracker sort of thing with Nexus, that liquid stuff that Cromwell had implanted for Raven Microcybernetics over somewhere in Haywood. It was going last night, but you had to get some rest. You had to repair HP. It was late. You had a whole day of campaigning and getting the gig done, and then fighting your way out of the Nexus celebratory situation. And, well, Belladonna, Jax, and Scarecrow are still a little bit fucked up and groggy from the whole Mickey situation, right? So you had to sleep it off. But you wake up the next morning and you notice that you have a decision to make. Are you gonna try to track down Nexus and start pursuing that, or are you going to take some time to get some needed therapy, do some side hustling, maybe do some shopping? You've heard that there's some new items popping up in night markets across the city, hint hint, black chrome. But you've also got some items from the Tiger Claws. You got like that street destroyer gun or whatever. I can't remember the exact name. I had the nickname there. One of you wrote it down. I forget who picked it up and took it, but the triple barrel one that does extra damage if you fill it with shards of metal and such. But regardless, you have a decision to make. Are you going to start tracking her down now and, enact revenge and, get her for Cromwell and Raven Microcybernetics? Because Cromwell said, hey, next gig, fine. Track her down, bring her to me alive. I want her back. If this is what's going on, she, all that happened, well, bring her to me. She took off here, trace her. So are you going to start pursuing that now, or are you going to take some time, like I said, to get the therapy you need, side hustling to get some money, do some shopping, prepare, and then go after her? A little added sort of thing that just adds to the situation is when you woke up, you noticed that no longer is she popping up on the tracking monitor. Whatever she did, she's no longer able to be tracked. So it's going to require some grassroots street networking. You do have a multi-class fixer now. Maybe that'll come into play. Also some streetwise, maybe some dealing, some going around, some creative thinking, maybe some tracking. Who knows? You know that she headed towards Haywood. But regardless, you wake up, no more track. She's no longer on the tracking device. Last seen over towards Haywood. You need therapy. You wanted to side hustle. You wanted to do shopping, but you also want to track her down. You got to get her for Cromwell. I'll stop repeat myself. I'll stop fucking talking. I'll let you all take it from here and discuss it amongst yourselves and make that decision. Go for it.
So it's presumably on like some map app where we can just plug her her pin in. Does it be able to scroll back and see last done location? Or is just we check in the morning and she's gone?
Yeah, you check in the morning and she's gone. She's no longer showing up.
Yet.
What?
We can't find her anymore.
Well, I'm checking in because I really need to get some therapy, and killing her would be very therapeutic.
She's gone to ground.
So we can find somebody that knows, it's her, or have you got connections?
I do have some connections. Just once, I would like a gig to go easy. Why?
It's not even a thing that happens to anybody.
I'm used to life wrapping sandpaper around everything before it decides to, brush up against me. But
with a face like that, I'm sure. Wait, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did.
Everyone remembers that he needs therapy. Suddenly, it's evident.
Want me to trank him?
No, we're all awake.
No,
Hank, what about your input? Is she reconnected?
No, that's going to take some time.
I was thinking maybe she could touch bases with her old connections, see if spread the word.
Problem is that all of her connections were tied to her street name Kismet, and when she went to jail, that pretty much they severed all contact. To make sure they didn't go down with her, or with them. Sorry, should say them. Yeah. The problem is with Colette. I've got to get them new identity papers. I've got to get them new creds essentially before we can even let them. Before she can even move out. Start moving around Night City again to start building her reputation back up. So yeah, that's not going to be a possibility right now.
What about Mr. K?
Mr. K I can turn to. Problem is we already owe him pretty heavy for what we've done so far. And he's
Komodo Kings.
What's one more favor?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. First, we need to take care of the Komodo Kings, because that's a... So here's the favors that I've collected so far before we've gotten... Just to get this job done. Mr. K expects us to deal with the Komodo Kings, or at least find them and deal with them, and bring him in on it. Colette's lawyer, Coral, has a blacklist of clients that she needs found. And that was part of the deal to get the disposable phone to Colette in prison. And now with Nexus going off the tracker, that means she found somebody who could figure out how to get the tech out of us. Or how to get that tech out of her that Raven put in him. So that's both a blessing and a curse. If she could find that, then that means we could potentially get out from under his thumb as well. But we're going to need time. We need to regroup.
I mean,
So, around Haywood.
I got plastics.
I said they stuck sniffing around Haywood.
Yes.
Oh, we're really in that much of a hurry. I'm still really pissed at her. I really want to carve her face off and wear it for a mask, but she can run, but she'll just die. She died tired.
Well, the problem is we don't know how extensive her contacts with the Tiger Claws are. We know that she had an in with them, but she couldn't have pulled. She wouldn't have been able to pull this off without some major support within the Tiger Claws.
Oh, see, so she's already set, or she's already pretty much not really an issue because she had to have support. She had this had to take time to set up.
Yeah.
It's not like she's some low level goon. So
The other problem is she's probably done research on all of this,
so it's
which
not
means
not really we can deal with the Komodo King.
well, she knows about Min, which means she knows about some way to get the badges after us, which is going to be a problem. Who knows what she's dug up on you, Scarecrow, or you, Raven, or sorry, you, Jax. Who knows what she's dug up on you, and who knows what she's dug up on Gnostics.
Not much there.
I have an inkling.
You think she might go after your sister?
I mean, she's entirely welcome to try. It's hard to get into a corporate con apt when you're now on the company's shit list. And while I passively approve of Manami's husband, he's not a complete and utter waste of time and oxygen. I'm sure he'll defend his family and home. If not, then I'm right, and that's the worst kind of right I want to be. But when it comes down to it, we can't go in half-cocked. Can't go in undersupplied.
Nope.
Something as my old man used to say, revenge is like a nice dinner. It's best served in 5 courses. So we can take our time with it, draw it out.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree. I've got new contacts. I can get us some decent toys. I can't go after really anything too pricey, but I can source quite a bit of tech that we could get our hands on, or at least find the people who can get us access to some good tech.
Playthings are all well and good, but I need you two, looks at Gnostics and Hank, to deal with whatever's chewing at the back of your limbic system. You guys are towing the line, and it is starting to affect squad cohesion in a unpleasant way.
All right, let's table that for now. Let's discuss that over food.
Excellent idea.
So let's go get some food.
Great. Let's go for a nosh.
And we'll hold off on going after Nexus for now until we get a chance to regroup.
Yeah, if you're. I was going to say, if you're going to hold off, because the decision is, are you pursuing it now, or are you going to hold it off to do your therapy and side hustle and things to be able to regroup to then do it? What I want to do is, if that's the decision, you want to hold off, try to get some therapy, recoup some empathy, do some side hustle, make a little extra eddies, then do some shopping, then pursue. If that's the plan, yeah, I'd love to go through those processes first, and then have everyone meet up after a few weeks' time. Hey, let's meet up at the 24-hour cafe to grab a bite to eat, recap everything we've been through, what we just did the past few weeks, and then what we're planning to do as far as Nexus. Sound good?
Yep. I was going to suggest everybody pool 250 eddies to send Gnostics to the hyper-intensive therapy that gets the 4d6 of empathy back.
Well, let's remember this. The cost. Let's handle side hustle first. That way, it gets any extra cash in, any extra eddies into the pockets of you Edgerunners, and then we can discuss therapy, because you do have a med tech. It might not be the full price, but there might be a little caveat there because of her current mental situation. There might be something there. We'll talk about that. But first, let's say everyone goes off to make a little bit of money, and then get into some therapy. So let's do a little side hustle. Let's start with Gnostics. We'll start just for the overlay's sake in order of, like we typically do, introductions and such. Let's start with Gnostics. What rank are you currently?
7.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me that 1d6.
6.
6, all right, yeah. Sabotaged or otherwise disabled a major system for a faceless client. And that gets you 300 eddies. So you're able to do that for a week. Hank C, what rank?
I will use Rocker Boy actually for this, because I'm rank 5 in that.
Well, it's current. Current, when you multi-class, you have to represent the current class that you're multi-classing into. You can still use that, the abilities and things gained by that first one, but in the eyes of everyone, you're a fixer now more than a Rocker Boy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I did not realize that.
Yeah. So are you? What rank are you?
I am rank 3 in Fixer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me 1d6.
There's a possibility I'm not going to make a lot of money with this. 2.
200 eddies, not that bad. You got a rocker, a good gig for your 12% fee, and that makes sense. Maybe you, as a new fixer, you're leaning on your Rocker Boy hookups and connections to get your first gigs going. Little side hustle. I like that. Jax, I keep saying Belladonna Jax, but if anybody's been watching the sessions, Belladonna's been a little bit MIA. Jax has been kind of dominating the personalities of the split. And we're kind of leaning towards that side for, reasons for things that have happened. I don't want to spoil anything if people want to watch the VODs. But what rank is Jax right now?
Rank 6 medtech.
Okay, cool. Give me a 1d6.
4.
4. You made 100 eddies. A 4. You did some minor free clinic work for locals. You can't eat Goodwill though. But you at least made 100 of these. Maybe just some tips and stuff. But maybe you put in a little bit of time, and maybe it's the type of thing where what's your medtech buddy's name? Deimos. Yeah, maybe Deimos hits you back up and still can't racking his brain. Still can't remember where he placed the eddies for when he hooked up some of your teammates with work that night. He still is convinced that they didn't pay, but he trusted that they did. But maybe just in good faith, you'll come help him do some work in the neighborhood, and that's what you ended up doing. You just kind of helped him a little free bono. He tipped you out 100, some local.
Well, I promised to pitch in because I have some requests for him for some upgrades.
Nice. There you go. And Scarebear. Scarecrow, what rank are you?
6.
Rank 6 solo, nice. Give me 1d6.
All right, to click and drag it. There we go. 4.
Oh, I forgot to bring the dice up on the overlay. There it is. Now chat can see it too. I apologize for that. Okay, 4. You just made 200 eddies. You basically were hired out as muscle to a fixer, corporate gang. Maybe you were helping Hank C. You know, when he had to do these things and hook up a rocker boy. Maybe you were the security for that gig or thing that you hooked up or helped out with that. I like that. It all kind of connects to each other's roles a bit there.
Paying for quality, not quantity.
Exactly. And now what I'd like to say is, Scarecrow and, Belladonna Jax, I don't know where... I know you have your own issues, Jax, because of the whole death stuff and things that have happened. I don't know where you are on empathy and cyberpsychosis. Did you need to get therapy the same as Hank and Gnostics do? No? Okay, then what happens here is... Jax and Scarecrow, both of you get another 2 weeks of side hustle if Hank and Gnostics need to do the whole 2 weeks of therapy sort of thing. You follow me?
Yeah,
Hank?
therapy's only 1 week.
Right, but I think Gnostics needed to double down and get, 2 weeks of therapy. He needed to...
Oh, for the intensive.
I thought that's what we discussed in the last session, yeah, that you were going to get a couple weeks of therapy and because you're so low on empathy.
If we're going to be fronting him, because it was to help him with the intensive one, the 46 recovery.
Because that's 1,000 eddies.
Right. Which is that's the job we just did.
But that also, like I said, it depends. You have a med tech. Your Jax can do the medicine check, using her roll ability or whatever.
I try it.
And you just you have to beat a DV-15 or a DV-17 depending on if you're doing the standard humanity loss or extreme humanity loss. Now the actual cost of it will be less in materials, or you will not have to pay for the stay and such. Let me just double check this. Price listed for therapy assumes the patient is not sleeping in the hospital overnight in the therapy process. If they are, they must pay an extra 100 per night. I can also see, because you lose cost of materials used for that, but I think it would make sense that that cost wouldn't be that full cost if you have a med tech within your team, if she didn't want to charge you full price. You know what I mean? There's got to be some type of profit margin within that.
And I could probably source the materials as long as it's up to very expensive.
Right, so I'll cut those costs in half. If Belladonna can succeed, Jax can succeed on the checks, 15 or 17, depending on what you're going for. Keeping in mind you have 2 weeks. But before we even get to that point, the caveat there is if she fails, you're actually going to take a little extra humanity loss just because Jax is in that current fucked up state. That if she fails, she doesn't just fail at healing you. She finds it kind of devious and funny she just gets it wrong and kind of fucks you up a little worse, somehow.
Oh, that's good. I'm taking that.
So it's about
tables. Holy shit.
So it's about saving some money, but it comes with that risk factor, or you spend more money, and then it's just about beating the DV with a regular hospital visit, which I'll roll. I've got doctor. It's going to be very hard to fail that. It's definitely more risky having Jax do it, but cost effective, half the fucking cost.
You've got +2s.
Pick in and slow twist it.
Yeah, and you've got luck. You've got +2s. You can absolutely divide your luck, Jax, between Gnostics and Hank if you wanted to help yourself out. But like I said, before we even get to that point, before you decide that, let's get Jax and Scarecrow their other weeks of side hustle. Let's see what that is.
2d6 or 1d6.
1d6. But hold on 1 second. Let me get.
Right.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, did you roll 1d6? Sorry.
Not yet.
Okay, go for it.
5.
5. Did a major medical procedure for a very well-heeled client. Let's see here, and it's 300 eddies. Give me your second week. 1d6.
1.
1. Patched up someone after a firefight. 200 eddies. And then let's get Scarecrow, let's get your first
Alrighty.
extra week, 1d6.
That's going to be a 4. I think it's the same one. 4.
Nope, got some. Oh yeah, it is 4. Hired out as muscle for a fixer corper gang, 200 eddies.
For the second week, a 1.
A 1. Bodyguard work, low end client, 200 eddies. Not bad, not bad. You made an extra 400 over the course of a couple weeks. Jax made a bit more, but at least both of you were able to hustle for a couple weeks. Now, back to the team. What are you going to do? What do you want to do as far as therapy? Hank Gnostics, Jack Scarecrow, all of you can discuss this.
How many +2s do we have?
2.
I'm all for you guys taking them. So as it stands on humanity wise, I'm good. I don't anticipate us getting to a fight at the cafe, but
Cool. We just got 2 more, so we've got 4.
God bless the chat. 3 more. Oh, you guys are.
Oh, I
the
love
best.
you people. I love chat. Thank you so much.
So you guys take whatever +2s you need to maximize your chances of success in therapy. I'm not gonna be needing them for the most part. If I was gonna use them, I would have seen if I could use them in a hustle to get more money. But that ship has sailed.
And Jax,
All right,
and
so
Jax has her luck.
+2s.
And
Yeah,
Jax
Yeah.
I'm
has
gonna
her
say
luck too, yeah.
I'm gonna say let's see how it goes for Gnostics first, because Gnostics
I like
needs
that.
way more than Hank does. And I'd say let's go for the DV17 therapy for Gnostics.
Alright then. Okay.
So use 2 +2s and half your luck. That would be my suggestion. Because your luck is what, 8?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so use 4. Yeah, so
I was
that'll
gonna
give you a
use 4 luck.
+8. That'll
4
give you a
luck
+8 to
too.
the roll.
Oh.
I don't
Yeah,
know what you're
so-
talking about. That in my life.
So whatever luck, whatever +2s, add that in. You're going to do your medical tech skill. Basically, your roll ability, medicine grants you the ability for medical tech skill. Is basically what it falls under for therapies, technically. So if you're going for the bigger one, DV17. So add in your mods and all that stuff, and go for it when you're ready.
I'm using all the I'm using the 4 I'm adding 4 luck and 4
2 +2s.
the 2 +2s, but like for the dice modifier I have to add 1 to this roll.
It's +8. Just add +8. Bottom left corner, that little white box. Just put put an 8 in there. That should give it a +8.
Oh. Okay.
I was wondering what that box is.
Yeah, and I can't wait. We'll get to the new system. I know, a shout out to Fantasy Grounds official sponsor, but I'm so excited to get to the new official rule set. I know we're still using the first one. The creators have been giving us a hard time since some of the teams haven't migrated yet. But we're at the end of the campaign, so we're going to migrate by the time we get back. Plus, we're looking forward. We've heard rumors that they might try to work on some cyborg and other things. So hopefully, there's more things coming down the pipeline. We'll be able to utilize.
Nummer ist 21.
21.
Aim.
What was that? Jax?
I said the number is 21.
Yeah, so look, it worked. Now you get to do 46 humanity back, I believe is what it is. Let me double check. Patient regains 46 of their lost humanity. So yeah, Jax, let's do that 46 and see how much humanity you were able to get. Gnostics. 10. Nice. That should at least get him up a rank for that first week. So yeah, 10 humanity points back to your character. Gnostics. After you adjust to humanity, make sure you round up, whatever 10th bracket you're in now is your empathy stat. Make sure you adjust that. Now, we have a second week for Gnostics, or we have the first week for Hank C. What are we doing? I say we got to do first week of Hank C. We can't keep going with Gnostics.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
We're gonna do me.
Okay, don't forget to deduct the cost to only half the cost, because you got Jax doing it. It's only 500 eddies for that extreme humanity loss in materials and time and effort and all that sort of stuff.
All right. Let's go ahead and do the intensive DV17 for me. So rest of your luck and another 2 plus 2s. And let's hope this goes well.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
Goodness, please let this. Yes, thank you. Oh,
Nice. All right, let's go.
oh man, my stomach's. I'm turning. My stomach is churning at this.
Ooh, nice.
14.
14 humanity
All
points
right.
back. Nice. And
So that puts me at. Jesus, that actually puts me well and good.
yeah, you got some therapy. Jax is killing it. The only weird thing is both Gnostics and Hank, both of you, you're not sure, but you swear there's some weird trigger word or something that you swear Jax might have implanted into your brain during some hypnosis session, but you're not sure yet. You're not sure.
No.
There might be something weird that happens eventually. I'll have to think about that, but.
I mean, I imagine we're in Jax's shop and we're using
A brain dance sort of setup.
brain dance therapy. I think that would be probably the easiest way. But yeah, I'm all for that. I love it.
Well, I can't. I picture Jax just in character. It's too devious. It's too fun for her. I think there might be something, nothing too harmful or anything. Don't get me wrong, but just something a little fun. You know, how we have that pointless and random thing that comes up in chat sometimes. Maybe when someone triggers that eventually, maybe something will happen. But we'll figure that out in the future. Let's first discuss what was that?
Somehow they recall like a scalpel being dragged across the side of their face.
Hell yeah. Hey, more plus 2s there. Look, we're on to the second week. I'll let you all discuss it.
And look, Jax, I appreciate what you've done for me, but I swear to God, if you mention to anybody what I told you about my mother, that scalpel will go across your neck.
I'm just.
So what about the second week?
Yeah,
What do you wanna do?
got more plus 2s you can use if you want to help me.
Hold on, I actually have to look at this real quick. So, 2. Does fashion wear count against you for your total humanity?
No.
Mm.
It's only the actual like cyber wear.
Right. Yeah. Fashion wear doesn't do any
Okay.
humanity.
1, 2.
It's all superficial.
Yeah, like the negative, like the negative to your.
Yeah, it's -2 to your total. I'm looking at my total now and like trying to figure out how much I have left, how much I can actually get back. Because
Yeah, you can never regain your humanity 100% back. You'll never get it because of the cyberware. So
I'm actually only 7. I'm 7 points off from the max I can get.
Okay. That's good. So another week of therapy should put you back to normal. Is what I'm hearing. What's your
Relatively.
empathy? Well, I mean, as normal as Hank C can get, right? But what's your current empathy stat right now, Hank?
5.
What's your current empathy stat, Gnostics?
2.
Okay, even with that 10 humanity points back, it didn't take you up to 3? Because you were at 1?
He was at 12. He was at 12, I think.
At 12 amount now. At
Oh, that's
22.
right. Okay, yeah. Then
That's
what I would
good.
say is, maybe save the money from Hank. 5 really isn't bad. Hank's somewhat back to normal. I mean, he's not borderline cyberpsychosis anymore. Yeah, I think if anything, I would put the effort towards Gnostics. You don't need to waste the money on Hank right now. It's not going to make that much of a difference. What I'm saying, it'll help him with skill checks involving empathy. Don't get me wrong if you increase that, right? But it's not going to affect any cyberpsychosis things or whatever. He's far enough away from, So, but it's up to you all as a team. What do you want to do?
Sure.
Is like pulling Gnostics out of a hole is a good place. A good expensive resources. If Hank isn't doing that second week,
Hank can do another side hustle too if he doesn't. But go on. Sorry to interrupt.
Because since Hank, the Scarecrow, and Gnostics all live in like the same domicile, if like on like that like those narrow moments between like when they're all doing their own shit, if Scarecrow's able to pull Hank aside and just ask him to like, I'd like you to sell this, and like take
the kimono.
The kimono, yeah. Like, take a finder's fee. I don't want it ugling my house, and I could use the money to, to pay them back.
I mean, because they spent what, like 1,200 eddies on that?
It didn't Nexus buy that for you?
Yeah, Nexus bought it for him. I
Nexus
want to say it was
bought it for
12. I want to say Nexus spent like almost 1,000 eddies on it.
Well, yeah, I want to say it was more than that. I want to say it was like 5,000.
Closer to 12.
Or,
No, it wasn't 5,000.
I think it was
closer to like 1,500.
That was like
Okay.
it was.
Then
I think it was close to 5,000 for the 2. I know it's because then a Scarecrow got like a more modest one because he felt guilty.
Well, whatever. We can say you can sell it. We'll say 1,500 max. We'll say
With a 1,500 max with Hank taking
do your
300.
Well,
Yeah, 300.
Yeah, do that, but give me your trade skill. Do your haggle, which is your trade skill. Give me that. I got a DV in mind. Let's see if you get your 10% discount or increase.
Okay.
Based on haggle.
And I will take 2 points of luck, and I will also take one of the +2s. So I'll give myself a +5 to that.
Hey, what's up, Cold Spider? Part of.
I have not invested
Team
too much
Phoenix
into
Rising?
trading it, so.
Well, it's part of
Let's
your
hope.
roll ability at least. You add that to your rank, which I know, granted, isn't that great for a fixer. You just started multi-classic, but still, you have a chance here to get it at a slightly discount, and you did. Great roll, great thing.
So I would try to get it for. I would try to sell it for
your base
10%.
is 17.
No, because I had a +5 to that.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, you killed it.
The base
you
is
killed
12.
it. So yeah, you end up getting it for less. You end up getting, what would that be? 1,350. It was 1,500. 10%
to
discount.
sell it. Well, to sell it, I would try to get. 10%
Oh, that's right, more. Yeah, so 1,650 is what I think that would come out to, right?
Yep, 1,650. So, and I would
minus
take.
your fee, minus your 300.
Mm-hmm. I would do 350 just to
I like
350 is like 1,200. There you go.
I love round numbers here. Yeah.
There you go. All right. That was smart thinking. Good thinking, Scarecrow. But you're able to do that. Plus Hank C. Before we get into Gnostics therapy, let's do your side hustle. You get another week. You didn't have to do your therapy. You got to wheel and deal for a couple hours. Didn't take you long at all to sell that kimono for Scare. Barry, you can still do a little side hustle. Let's do it.
3.
All right.
Helped a client locate a desirable item they needed and got a cut. 200 eddies.
Nice. Perfect.
And we could say that's me selling the.
Well, no, yeah, but get yourself another 300.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just saying. Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Because you still got to get the money for the kimono, and you got to get this extra side hustle money. But for the sake of conversation and cinematic purposes, we'll combine those. You know what I mean? I like that. It makes too much sense. But at least there you go. You just made another 300 or whatever that was, on top of what you made from your cut from the kimono sale. And Scarecrow got his kimono money. And now we're back to Gnostics and Jax. Are we doing another week of therapy? 500 eddies. All right, Jax. Any more luck left? Any more +2s? What are you doing?
We've got 2 more +2s left.
All right.
3.
Oh, 3. So, I mean, you can
Hold
use
on,
all of them.
hold on. Don't do it yet. I'm so upset with myself right now. Hold on. I'm hearing Sirenscape doing city sounds, and we literally have MedTech and Ripper Doc shop. Let's go MedTech for the therapies. I love that sound set. It's nice but subtle. Sets the mood. We should have been here for Hank's therapy. I love Sirenscape.
Fuck you, Cold Spider. Fuck you, Cold Spider.
What was it? I missed it.
Our code word said Hank and Gnostic start quoting stepbrothers to each other. You can go to hell.
Yeah, anytime there's a code word, Gnostics and Hank C have to sing every line for the rest of the game. You have to sing it, and that means you as players, Will and Nick, you have to do this. It's part of role playing. Good luck with that.
Show tunes.
And it comes with a dance. Figure out your coordinated dance. You and Will can work on that choreography at a game. So by next session, could you imagine? That would be awesome. We need to do this. God damn it. That would be incredible. All right.
I,
All jokes aside.
I can't breathe.
Let's get back to it. All right, Gnostic, you're in therapy with Jax. Jax, how many? Any luck left? Any +2s? Where are we at? How are we doing this? I'll let you take it from here.
Well, this is the next week, so I'm taking I'm fully rested again, right?
No, we've got to use the luck within this session. We can't cheat that like that. Yeah.
All right. Give me
But
some.
+2s, no cap, you know. And I see Brock Smash just did another +2 recently, so that's pretty good.
Our
Yeah, so use all the +2s. We got 4 now. That'll give you a +8.
Our HP is all back up too, right?
That'll give me a +4.
HP, yeah,
I used up all my luck.
HP
Well, use the 4 +2s. That'll give you a +8.
All right. Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, and HP for everyone is back to normal now because now it's been enough weeks.
Right.
That would have just mattered if you were going to go right after Nexus without any therapy and things, and we would have been postponing till next game
Alright,
some of
then.
these things. But yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Everyone's
Here we
got
go.
All right, go for it. Just got to be the 17.
Oh shit.
Not so good.
So Jax fails. Give me a
Well,
1d6.
Me?
No, Jax.
Cool.
And Gnostics actually loses 4 points of humanity during this session.
Oh.
Down to 1.
You could swear I'm grinning at you the whole time.
4 steps forward.
And 4 steps back.
I'm sorry, where did you get your fucking license?
For what now?
I swear I tried my best.
All of you see Jax kind of giggling deviously, and Gnostics definitely seems a little more fucked up than he is when he went in.
Jax? Jax? What the fuck?
Myself.
Jax? What the fuck? Don't laugh, Jax. Do not. This is not a time for fucking laughter. The fuck did you do? We want him to get better. He's already fucking.
It's a process?
I need to play sock puppets with, okay?
Fuck me. As Gnostic sparks up some blue glass.
No.
Oh, shit.
I knock that shit out of his. I knock that shit out of his hand.
I walk up to Gnostics and I
We're gonna
hand him
need-
a sock puppet.
Yeah, we're gonna need a contested brawling between Gnostics and Hank for this grapple. This trying to get this blue glass out of his hand.
God damn it.
I love these role play sessions. You never know where they're gonna go.
Oh fuck me.
Fuck off, mate.
It's the,
Try to
Gnostics,
slap it out of his hand, and the slippery bastard just moves right out of the way.
Grease sticks his
Yeah,
back.
you see Gnostics take the biggest hit as he stumbles back, and just now it's almost like he doesn't see any of you. Who knows what he's seeing, but it's definitely not in this room. He's definitely not here.
God damn it. Would the first therapy session have removed his addiction?
No, because you weren't going for that. Yeah, you were going for the humanity loss therapy.
Oh.
Totally different approach. Yeah.
Okay.
Try again.
Although with Jax, her approach was completely different than any of the approaches that should have been taken. Apparently.
It's- As much as I'd love to spend the time to get our dear friend through the extensive rehab he seems to so desperately need, it's only a matter of time before Cromwell is trying to crawl back all of our collective asses for some menial task or another.
And
Wait,
honestly,
And like,
you're a loose cannon right now. That's the problem, Gnostics.
that's the best kind of cannon.
No, it's not. Not when we're doing these gigs. And the fact that you can't control your fucking mouth when we're around Cromwell.
Did I not just fucking open up an entire fucking prison, mate?
Yes, and in the process, you almost decided to reveal my fucking partner to Cromwell,
try again.
which is why I stabbed you in the face.
Bro, figure it out sooner or later. And get my face.
Yes, when I want him to, not until I want him to.
Shall I try again?
We
Do you even have 500 eddies left to cover this?
Yeah, where are you at with funds? You absolutely could take another week to try to get him some more therapy if you have the eddies, keeping in mind that week there's not going to be time for side hustle. We're going to say that Cromwell at this point is putting a little pressure. He's checked up saying what's going on with Nexus. You were able to kind of buy some time saying you needed to heal, needed to get therapy, needed to prepare, but you will track her down. But now he's like, get to it. So, like, if you are going to take a week here, if you have the money, I'll allow it, but no one's going to be able to side hustle because the rest of you, Hanksy and Scarecrow, will have to do some reconnaissance, and we'll go over that in a moment if Jax and Gnostics are going for another week of therapy, if you can afford it. All right,
I can afford it, but I won't be able to pay for rent, so unless one of you wants me staying on your couch, I'll only have 27 eddies to my name.
You can crash in my shop. Just don't freaking mess up the place.
Oh, looks like I'm gonna be like without a place to live. You're a couch, then they're gonna kick me out.
Well, we can talk to your landlord or whoever you're renting from, and just see. I'm sure Hank could probably talk to them.
Oh, my cat!
To not give your flat away.
Can I bring my cat here with me?
As long as it doesn't pee all over the place, I'm fine with it.
No, they pee in a box.
He's a good boy. He hasn't peed or shat on any of my stuff.
You notice that while you're having this conversation with Gnostics, he's actually peeing in the corner of your shop.
Wait, the cat or the Netrunner?
Gnostics.
Oh no. Yeah,
the
I read that as
cyberpsychosis
the
one, you know, yeah.
As the Netrunner was peeing in
He's
the
like,
corner.
he's like, right when you ask, he's like looking back, peeing. He's like, nah, he's house trained. He's fine. He has a litter box while he's pissing in the corner himself, you know.
I forgot to tell you guys that the Leo was fixed now.
I'm here.
Broken.
No, it was.
All
There was
right.
something wrong with it before, but it's working now.
You know,
Something in the corner of my shop.
actually, this might be a good time.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Oh, during that last hustle that Gnostics went on, kind of picked up a few skills and multi-classed into being a tech actually.
Oh.
So if you need actually a little handyman around, kind of have it in here right now actually.
Breakdown for them for the different or for the therapy sessions per character. The 3 different sessions.
Alright, well,
So like
All right.
250.
Scarecrow. Yeah, let's if we all chip in 200 eddies, we should be able to cover it.
I can spare it.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll-
what was the breakdown for the 3 previous?
500 eddies total. So if we each chip in 200, that'll give us 100 eddies surplus.
Okay, so that's
Or you do 100. Scarecrow and I will do 200 each.
I'm trying to deduct it from my current cash. So the breakdown per session for those 3 sessions was 200.
No, 500 each session, half price. Normally 1,000, right?
I've already given you it.
Yeah, so just the 500 per session, 500 for the first Hank session, 500 for the first Gnostic session, 500 for
between
the
the-
second Gnostic's failed session, right?
500 between the 4 of us, or per person.
500 per session, so 1,500 total spent so far.
Got a bunch of +2s from Craig. Thank you, Craig.
So 1,500 has been spent so far. Does that make sense?
Because
So
it was
you-
500 for Gnostics' first session, 500 for my session, then another 500
Right,
for
but-
Gnostics'
but,
second session.
But divide that by the 4 of us is what I'm getting at.
Oh
It's,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I'm-
Whatever that math is, 1,500 divided by 4.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get
Have
at.
fun with that one. That's 370. I don't know.
I mean, I paid out of pocket for mine. I wasn't gonna let anybody pay for my stuff, and I figured Gnostics was paying for his, the first 2 at least.
Okay, well, if you have that, make sure you vocalize that so Jax and Scarecrow aren't deducting extra eddies that you covered. Yeah.
Yeah, for my session, I covered that myself.
Yeah, I paid out. I already paid out for those first 2 sessions already, and then I was throwing in another 250 for this last session.
Okay, so if you're going to throw 250, I can throw in 150.
I threw in 200.
What's left?
That's it. That covers it at that point. So actually, you'd only need to throw in 100 Scarecrow.
All right.
Okay, so have another go at it.
And we've got how many plus 2s?
3. Thanks, Craig Horse.
Plus 6.
Okay. Oh, something pointless.
Uh-oh.
God damn it!
6, right?
Not a negative plot twist. Don't worry.
Then plus
The hills are alive.
With that
With
current
the
plus
sound
2,
of
that's
music.
plus 6, right?
See something randomly pink just kind of wandering through the shop as we're getting ready, just going, the hills are alive.
What might be something pointless and random that Jax planted in Hank or Gnostics during a therapy? Maybe a little trigger.
Please pick something good.
A little song, a little dance. Maybe all of a sudden Hank and Gnostics both just take their pants down and they're standing in their underwear. Are they both?
You're assuming Hank wears underwear.
I am. I
You're
assume
saying
wrong.
Maybe they do a little bit of the river dance.
What was that?
Maybe they do a little bit of the river dance.
Oh God.
Nice. All of a sudden, yeah, you see Hank and Gnostics.
They
Just
play
as-
some bagpipes and they do a river dance.
yeah, they start making vocalizing some bagpipe noises and doing some river dance thing, kicking their legs. It doesn't look good, but they think it does.
the Scarecrow comes out of the shit closet. Is like, where the fuck is the blue glass? I need to not witness anything.
Back there.
Alright, so it's plus 6, correct? With the
Yep.
current. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, let's get that therapy. Let's see if we can get Gnostics some humanity. Nice.
So it's
just made it.
Just succeed.
Just made it. Gnostics comes out of the therapy. Jax, let's see how much humanity those. Let's see that 46.
Oh, hell yeah.
15. Nice save. Gnostics, you got 15 humanity points back. I think you probably.
Should put you above 3.
Wow, yeah.
33?
Actually, oh, no, let's see what I can max out at, because kind of like interface plug, cyber speed, cyber 5, and it takes me 230 because I can't get higher than that.
Hey, at least you're out of cyber psychosis. You're now just a borderline. But for the most part, Gnostics comes out of the room and, Jax isn't laughing. Hank and Scarecrow, you got a good feeling that Jax didn't pull a prank, that she actually did the job well. And you notice Gnostics comes out and he has his facial tensions, his expression. He just seems a little less, like dicky. I don't know, like assholey. What's the word I'm looking for? Like he looks a little less resting bitch face. What am I looking for here? But you can tell Gnostics is a little bit more himself finally as he enters the room.
Douchebaggery has returned to acceptable parameters.
Yeah. Let's not be mistaken. Gnostics is still kind of a dick sometimes, right? But that's
Gnostics is still a dick.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Hank
It is-
will walk
it is
right over to Gnostics.
safe for
Hank will walk right over to Gnostics and just kind of smack him on the face a little bit. Not hard, just a couple quick smacks on your cheek. Hey. So, I have a very quick question for you. The next time we're in front of Cromwell, are you going to mention Colette to him?
Why? She doesn't. Is she part of this team? No, she's not. Doesn't mean to me.
Glad to have you back, Gnostics.
Stop being so fucking chummy, mate. Alright.
I actually pull him in for a quick hug.
That actually is nice.
And then as I step away, first I will wipe whatever grime is on him off of me.
You see, there's like a prong or like a old shrimp stuck to you. Came out of nowhere. Somehow it came out of Gnostic somewhere.
It's back alive again, but not as a shrimp.
We'll throw back to another session.
And I just kind of smack Gnostics on the back of his head. Just feel like, just do me a favor. Next time you decide that you want to get more chrome, don't. You're borderline as it is, brother.
Chrome can only help.
No, it can't. We've just spent the last 3 weeks getting you better.
But so can lovely, lovely drugs.
Go the genetic sequencing route. It's better.
Glad I didn't dip the black lace.
This is true.
Aren't we all?
All right, let's go get some food.
Like
and then
PWB
we'll go
says,
deal with...
the prawn is fuzzy like Velcro, so it sticks. It's so old, you know.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It like you can hear it
I like
as
that.
Hank rips it off of his shirt, just like.
And Gnostics looks at you like that was yours the whole time. Like, "Ugh, you haven't had prawn in weeks. Where have you been keeping that?"
It was in your coat.
It doesn't sound like something I would do.
It's just a store. It's
Check
just
your.
released.
I look him dead in the face. Check your fucking pockets right now.
He takes it from your hand and starts sucking on it.
Oh God, no. If he was still
Is it-
Cyber Psycho, he might. But
It's just the prawn and goes.
yeah,
So
and
what
as Gnostics, as you go through your pockets, let's say this. No more prongs. You know, it's old news. That was the last one. It's stuck. But you pull out of your pockets, and I'll let you all discuss. Maybe the teammates can tell Gnostics what he has in his hands, because all of a sudden everybody noticed Gnostics has like a couple personal items from each of you. Like while he was in that cyber psychosis state, he was like maybe picking pockets or stealing or something possibly. But Gnostics, you like don't remember. You're like, what the fuck? Like, why do you have their shit? Like, you're not that guy anymore, you know?
Part of me wants Gnostics to roll on the what to find in a subdermal pocket.
Yes.
I would say he'd
Because-
probably have like a thing of glow paint from. Yeah, he'd probably have a thing of glow paint from Hank, because Hank always has like at least one or two on his person.
What would he have from you, Jax? That he would have stolen over the past days or week of being cyber psychosis?
Probably a scalpel.
Probably a spent hypo spray.
And Scarecrow?
Like what's the like Hello Cutie brand Band-Aids. Probably like when he had busted up his hand and he needed to like wrap up his fingers going to visit his sister, and the only thing was the like a first aid kit in the kids restroom. It's just a bunch of like Sanru, like Hello Cutie character, like super kawaii fucking like kid-sized Band-Aids.
Oh yeah, yeah. All of you notice as Gnostic says, "Look, I got no more prongs," and he like reaches in his pockets and Hank said, "Check," and all of a sudden, like to his surprise, he has like just random personal items that you just mentioned, like that he's been stealing. Doesn't remember taking them.
I haven't seen any of those in my life.
EWB's something point.
Phone number signed with a smiley face. Yep.
I like that Scarecrow
All right, well-
denies it.
Yeah,
Let-
it's like, I don't
Actually, when that gets produced, I look at Scarecrow. I always knew you were a softie.
if it works, it works. It's fuck off.
Next time they'll kiss it for you.
But yeah, like
Let's go get some food.
there you go. I was just
Jesus
gonna say,
Christ.
like Hank said, let's go get some food. The team gets through
Let's go
therapy.
get some
You've been able to
food.
do some side hustles, and you know, after the therapy stuff and the banter, you went off to do those side hustles like we rolled, and you know, the therapy, all that kind of happens within those weeks. We know that we had an extra week there. Did we do that extra? Oh yeah, we did. We did the extra hustle that Hank got for that week. That's right. So everyone was able to go through all that and finally regroup their thoughts and get to the 24-hour cafe to grab something to eat and figure out what they're doing about Nexus to start tracking her down and whatever needs to be done. Let me switch over the Sirenscape sounds from the med tech over to the 24-hour cafe, or maybe not, as the team pulls up and basically realizes that wait a minute, the 24-hour cafe is almost completely destroyed. As you pull up, you see the whole front of it is all charred out. The front window and half of the wall is blown out with all the paneling in the front parking lot. It's all roped off for construction. You can see drafts and other Zarafa bots kind of plugged in off to the side, like kind of off duty. They're not doing construction right at this moment, but you can see them kind of lined up along the building and off to the sides as it's all blown out, charred black. You can see inside the cafe, it's just completely destroyed and blown in. It looks like some type of bomb or missile or something went off. And yeah, there's it looks like there's some type of security guy just on site, just kind of posted up for the what is now kind of a construction site as you all pull up.
You're not Donna.
Not that we throw the band-aid to the ground. It's just anything nice in this fucking city. I swear, fuck.
No,
God
not
damn
Donna.
it.
Just working security here.
What the fuck happened?
I honestly don't know. From what I've heard, a bomb went off or a rocket. Some Edgerunner team thing. Night City. Night City happened here. Night City happened.
Yeah, no, that tracks.
Kill those guys for you?
Okay. Swear.
Not my business. I'm here with the construction crew, just trying to keep bots under control. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, cafe's closed probably another week.
Thanks for letting us know, man. Just be safe, man, especially nowadays. But thanks, man, for letting us know.
Where do we get coffee?
I pull up my agent, and I start looking up restaurants that we could potentially go to get some decent food. Preferably something closer to the combat zone so we don't get picked up by cops.
Too good to not do. Bronx Smash. All of a sudden, from behind you hear, "Hey guys, it's me, Dawn. I was just in there cleaning up a little, but it looks like we can have some lunch and coffee out here." And she kind of comes out with a tray. She's got some coffee, some just random kibble biscuits and things. I like that too much. I can't. I was gonna let you go to find somewhere to go, but Bronx says, "Hey, it's me, Donna. Sorry, folks, have to have lunch outside today."
Donna, don't get us wrong. We love coming here, but we need to actually like sit down and relax inside. So I appreciate this. Thank you so much, and please be safe.
Oh, that's
Not
fine.
just like hops up onto a dumpster and is sitting there and like reaches for the coffee, like speak for yourself. Hey.
No, get your ass off the dumpster. Get your ass off the dumpster. We're going into an actual place where we can sit down.
Oh, look at the fucking prima donna there.
Motherfucker, you want to see prima donna? I can show you.
I
Just because I've been building myself up as a fixer, don't forget I'm a rocker boy at heart.
When's the last time you actually released an album?
It's been a few weeks. It's been a while. Been dealing with you.
You're both pretty. Come on.
Thank you, Scarecrow. I appreciate that. I think you're rather handsome too.
It's the easiest way to defuse a situation. That's one thing I learned from having a sister. Now just let's go find Gigabytes Cafe, or I don't know. There's some burger joint or something. I'm not too picky.
Yeah, Donna turns around. Well, all right. Well, back to work. Work's never done. Blown up. 24 hours a day. No cafe. Doesn't matter to me. Always working. She walks off.
Just watch out for wayward rockets.
Well, Hank's
Especially
doing
if
that.
there's two T's.
Yeah. Would it be streetwise? Would that be appropriate?
Yeah, go for it. I think you can lean into the role play side of that, Hank. You're a new fixer. Create a bar, a diner, a secondary place, a cafe, maybe a food cart, something. I don't want to take away from 24-hour cafe. This is going to be rebuilt. It's going to be where you go back to. It's the spot, right? But maybe there's a secondary location y'all go to. Maybe it's not even a cafe. It's something different. I don't know. But you're a fixer now. Have fun with that.
Okay, I can have fun with this. Give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. The rest of you, you get Gnostics off of the dumpster. You start kind of gathering your thoughts. You see the construction carrying back on as Donna goes back into the wreckage. You hear her cleaning up and arguing with the security guard as he's just telling her, like, why are you helping? We have construction workers do that. Oh, no, work's never done. I got to get this back to normal. And she's just cleaning, dusting off counters that are, like, destroyed from rocket damage and flammage. And stuff. She's, like, dusting and wiping counters and
Poor
thinking
woman
she's
is just high on copium. Gotta respect it though.
Cragorst is suggesting the curious burrito.
I have a name.
I like
have
that,
a name
that's
here. I have a name here, and I have an idea of what this place would be. The name is the Crimson Chimney.
like it.
That nice.
The Crimson Chimney, and it would be a pizza place.
Nice.
It would be a pizza place, like, so they have the actual like wood burning oven, all the rest of that, but it's all like synth meats and all, like, and occasionally they might have like actual food, actual meats and stuff, but usually it's synth meats.
Kibble crust.
I like it. Let's do this even. You come up with whatever the special is, right? And maybe it's something that on the side, like it's not the main thing, but it's definitely a side spot where you've worked out where you can go do fixer stuff out of a back room or out of a certain booth. And when somebody comes in and orders that certain special slice, they get directed to your booth where you can do the deal,
Okay. In that case, then it would have to be. I had pizza for dinner too. I am participating. Craig, what do you think the special should be? I want your input, bro.
Yeah, and it's not that you need it now. You're going to go there and hang out to have your little role play, do a little recap of what went down, and make your plans for Track and Nexus. But this is for future reference. Let's use the Crimson Chimney in the future if we want to, as a possible Hank spot. But we'll need that special, whatever the specialty slice is that someone needs to order to be directed towards Hank's booth. But anyways, the team makes their way to the Crimson Chimney. Hank, why don't you describe it as you all enter and take your booth?
I'm definitely thinking this is probably a place that will do like 2-story shop, built on a corner lot. So there's plenty of foot traffic that comes through. It's going to be on the border of South Night City. So it's going to be right near South Night City, just south of the border between South Night City and the University District. So it's close enough that the cops don't show up, but the cops know about this place and may occasionally go there like after hours when they're not on the clock and they're not wearing badges. The Hawaiian with 30% real pineapple. I love it. Okay, sorry. But like upper story, there's a stairwell that will go up. So it's not a straight stairwell, but it's a step up, turn, step up, and upper level has like the really nice booths, whereas downstairs has like a few booths, a few of the sit down tables where you're sitting on stools, and then like a little bar area right up front where you can sit at the counter, get a couple of slices for quick and easy eats. And I'd say they probably have like, synth beers, synth alcohol, a little bit of liquor, not a lot. It's mostly like food, chicken wings,
Buffalo things.
It's chicken, somewhat. Maybe some mozzarella sticks that are 30% real cheese. Maybe.
Mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, mozzarella. Yeah, something like that.
That's like
that. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm picturing is like, and it like, but it's an old school Italian family. They've been in Night City for at least the last like 30, 40 years. They've been in the combat zone. Like the owner has shotguns behind the bar. The cook in the back has it has some chrome to protect the place.
We'll say it's owned by the Sanguinetti family.
Oh shit!
Shout out to the crime family that owns part of old Team Veritas, Phoenix, part of new Team Phoenix Rising, and Wolf from that team. But yeah, Hank has a little in with them, we'll say. And you got a back room at this place when someone comes in and orders whatever specialty pizza. It can't be the Hawaiian with 30% real pie. It can't be something that someone might just order. It has to be something fucking weird and off the menu, some weird thing that they order that like lets you know right away, like, oh yeah, second booth from the back, or whatever. It's got to be something odd. So think of something, or if they already named something in chat that you want to go with, Hank, go ahead and name that whenever you're ready. But regardless, you all gather up there as Hank described. You're up into his booth, greeted by the girl behind the counter, just kind of nods, goes back to work. And there's a few people in here eating, hanging out. And you all can kind of...
we would go upstairs. Yeah, Hank would have his booth upstairs.
Yeah, absolutely. You go up there, you take your booth. I'll let you take the seat. Let me start up some some diner sounds for you all to hang out in while you take the booth and discuss amongst yourselves.
Lollygaggers, thank you for the raid.
Hey,
To the party,
thanks
pal.
so much. Our team is just getting to Hank C's Crimson Chimney pizza place owned by the Sanguinetti family to do their little recap of what happened in this past campaign and make their plan of tracking down Nexus. But I'll let you all sit there as I start up these diner sounds. Let's see here.
Pathetic anchovies for the pizza.
Yeah, and don't forget, come up with your little specialty name for the specialty piece that kind of lets people know that what they're there for. If they're there to meet up with Hank the Fixer and do a deal. But regardless, you got the little pizza place, diner, restaurant sounds going. People are eating, having some drinks. You gather up into the booth and sit down to discuss, like I said, the wrap up on the previous campaign and leading into the fact you have to track down Nexus. Your boss Cromwell is breathing down your neck. You've been getting hit up by him, and Raven
I have the name.
Well, what's the name?
I have the name. I have the name. It's going to be called the Soccer Bomb.
Perfect.
Because so one of Hank's major light tattoos is a depiction of the explosion of Arasaka Tower because he lived in Night City when that happened. He was a kid.
Nice.
So yeah, that would be something he would have. Would be like anybody comes in, orders the Soccer Bomb. That's the signal that they're going to meet with Hank.
Perfect.
Too soon, mate. Too soon.
Yeah,
Hank doesn't care.
Yeah, when you come in, the girl behind the counter even looks up at you and says, I'll let you know if anyone orders the Soccer Bomb. And that's how Gnostics and the rest hear that's the word for Gnostics to say that as you all sit in the booth.
Scarecrow just narrows his eyes. It's just like...
As I'm leading him upstairs to my booth, I look at Scarecrow and be like, "You noticed the tattoo, right?
I've noticed.
I was here when that happened.
Yes. So was my dear old man. Then he was everywhere when it happened.
Oh, your old man died in the tower?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Condolences.
Condolences, but at the same time, Sokka kind of deserved it.
But because I respect you, I don't put my cigarettes out in that tattoo. So, as they say, was it live and let live, right?
To be fair though, Johnny Silverhand is an asshole. Like if I ever met him in real life, I'd knock him the fuck out with my big knucks.
What does Johnny Silverhand have to do with that?
He's the one that blew up the tower.
It wasn't fucking Socks blew up their own tower.
No, dude, that was Silverhand.
That's fucking propaganda. That's fucking propaganda.
No, dude. Sorry. I've been living here I've lived here my entire life. That is the story. That is the story. It's been repeated everywhere. Silverhand was the one that blew up the tower.
If you want to believe conspiracy theories.
And Biotechnica has released the Sasquatch, and he's making all the frogs gay. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Biotechnica to release a Sasquatch.
See?
You gotta love Maximum Mike's radio.
That's crazy enough to be believable.
It's great.
Biotechnica.
Great as Silverhand was, like, as a rocker boy. Like, he's fucking blown up a whole fucking Sokka Tower.
I mean, he started a riot outside of the Sokka Tower in 13. He had it in for Sokka for years.
Fucking pulling something like that off. Something like fucking Black Hand type shit.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Black Hand was involved.
Black Hand I can get behind. That's at least the guy who knows how to do a job.
I will say Black Hand I would like to meet. That motherfucker was straight chrome, man. He was a pimp.
I wondered this about you guys, because like you have the Afterlife names after his fucking legends of this city, but how come he doesn't have a drink there at the Afterlife?
Probably because he's dead.
He's down in Cancun. Probably got like half the ladies there as part of his personal escort. He's just throwing back fancy drinks, getting fat.
Flynn.
Lebowski energy.
Anyway, this is the place I meet clients at for any kind of fixer work. So, yeah, apologies if the name of the code offends you, Scarecrow. That's not my intention, but it was something I felt was appropriate.
It's water under the bridge. I'm here now anyway, so he's part of the way I see it now. Old man's part of the wall dressing. He's baked into the carbon. Hell, he's probably part of these. So,
I mean,
Here in
he's, you know,
spirit.
yeah.
well, or he's just part of the radioactive dust in the hot zone.
Yeah,
He's
so
looking
this,
down at you from on high.
he's with all of us now, but we can wax eloquent about Neo Bushido bullshit at the later point. Was the one I want to see what this fucking special is, and I want to try whatever the house has on tap to go with what I hope is a pizza, and we can talk about business.
Oh yeah, no. I will ping down to the girl at the front at the counter. Real meat lovers, and I'm getting a real meat lovers. Anybody want anything different? Veggies?
Yeah, veg.
I'll take real meat whenever I can take it.
Sure.
All right. Then a second real meat with synthetic veggies. Throw some green peppers, some onions on there, and also 3 pitchers of house beer.
We're kicking it off early, aren't we?
They
Yeah,
know
so
me
we'll
here.
say-
They know I'm good for it. So yeah.
It's like you can't have pizza without beer. It's a cardinal sin.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll
Shows
say
a lack of moral fiber.
with the real meats and the real food, everyone's got to kick in 20 per meal, plus an extra 5 for the beer. We'll say little tap, but yeah, you get your food. It comes up after not too long. Comes up with a little server drone as it comes up on the track, lays it on the table. You all have your food, your drink, and I can discuss this previous campaign and planning.
So, current job, well, previous job, I guess, was I wouldn't call it a shit show, but
It was close.
it wasn't the smoothest thing ever.
Sorry, did we not fucking stroll out of a prison that we fucking broke everybody out of?
No,
true.
we
First gig.
Honestly. The boss.
That's true. Actually, I bring up my agent real quick, and I start pulling through the data pool. What's the reports from the breakout? Like, since Nexus never released the story due to her betrayal, what's been the narrative, and how many of the inmates have been recaptured?
Oh yeah, there's been plenty of scream sheets coming out. I mean, in the past 24 hours. Well, in this case, over the weeks it's been building, but you saw them within the first 24 hours. You're now finally able to get together and kind of chat about it. But over the past weeks, it's kind of built up. You can tell that Raven Microcybernetics medias have kind of twisted the narrative a bit, and it's kind of leaning into the favor of what they planned. You successfully pulled off the gig, and even with the time constraints, and you had enough diversions and things that, like, there's not even mentions of the specific Raven Microcyb and things like that. Like, if there's some type of investigation going on behind closed doors because of the DNA spread, it's happening. But the scent has been thrown off enough that there's been no buzz about Raven Microcyb or anything of that. So it seems to have worked, and the general narrative is just that there's been some type of breakout in the prison, and that maybe the system is faulty, and they're looking into exactly why, but there's no evidence of why this might have happened. But yeah, they're slowly but surely tracking down the different individuals that were locked up at the time.
So it looks like they've got Well, it looks like Raven picked up the slack from Nexus. It was a good idea of breaking everybody out, because that means it covered our tracks pretty damn well.
Easy as cake, my friend. Easy as cake.
We should at least be thankful we didn't piss off Kish too. And
Whatever happened to her?
well, now I'm concerned.
Yeah, so am I. I need to put out some feelers.
Right, I was just gonna suggest that.
Sure, Raven has good tabs on her. She was still working for them when she had to go on a special assignment.
This is true. So, I mean, she could be working for them, but given that she was looking for her brother, and he was tangled up with, I think Kish said Maelstrom. Like, that's. I have experience with them. That's no go. That's not good.
Maybe we can ask that fathead Cromwell if he knows.
I doubt he'd tell us anything.
As the
And if
need to know basis.
and if in remembering back to the end of that campaign and starting into the new one where Nexus kind of came into the picture, is that Kish was missing. Went to go find her brother. Basically, just got a message from her brother saying that he needed some help. Couldn't get into it or get into details. And then she went out to go meet with him and would get up with you when she could figure out what's going on with that. But obviously, it's been weeks, and you have no idea what happened with that.
Yes.
But yeah, that's definitely been kind of hanging in the back of your minds as well, aside from this whole Nexus situation. And yeah.
Was it if Nexus is looking to take a pound of flesh for everyone that did her and her family wrong? Kish would be pretty high up on that list, because since it was Kish that did the actual act of.
Don't suppose that. You don't suppose Nexus nicked her?
As
Possibility.
I don't like not knowing.
Suddenly, Scarecrow's
that way.
agent goes off. And it's not a call. It looks like it gets pinged. And you're getting a message. It looks like it's coming from a burner line because it's untraced. And you being a soul, you being Edgerunners, you're familiar with how that looks. It looks like it's coming from a burner. But you're basically getting a message and an image. And we'll say, or we could say it's a video. You're getting a little hollow video that comes in. Phone coming from a burner. And it's Nexus. It's Nexus standing there. You can see that she's got some tiger claws with her, because you can recognize some of the markings and tats and some of the colors. But she's standing there and sitting in a chair next to her, gagged up, is your sister. And she has her hand on her shoulder. She has a blade in her hand. And then in the video, she says, "Hey, Scare Bear." She's like, "I guess you weren't expecting to see me so soon, but I'm hanging out with your sister right here. Oh, she's so pretty." And she cuts up her face a little bit. Cheek. Your sister screaming and squirming as the other kind of tiger claws like grab her and hold her steady. And Nexus just kind of laughs. She says, "Look, I'm sending you a location. You're going to go there. You're going to be there alone tomorrow night at the time, the location. Everything's coming to you right now. I'll see you soon." She turns over. She starts cutting up your sister's face again as the video goes completely black, and then your agent goes off from that same burner with a location, some coordinates, and the time to meet tomorrow night, midnight. Says, "Come alone." And this is where we'll end our session. And this is kind of where we're ending Team Nevermore for the time being. Team Nevermore has just kind of come off of this campaign, and we were doing this recap to kind of lead into where they might be going when we get back, because Team Nevermore is going to be called something different. We're not exactly positive yet. We've been kicking around some ideas. I've liked what I've been hearing. But we're going to kind of come up with a general team name that's going to umbrella this team as a whole, because we're going to be moving on to Cyborg, then Death in Space, then into the Odd, possibly others. We're going to cycle back around. We're going to come back to Cyberpunk Red and dive back into Team Nevermore. And when we do get back to this, we're going to continue right where we left off with Scarecrow getting that fucked up video from Nexus. He has her sister. She was heading to Haywood. That's where your sister lives. Somehow she has her. You're not sure where. You have a fixer. You have options to track her down. Whatever. You have this video. She has your sister. She gave you coordinates somewhere to go meet her tomorrow night, midnight. Come alone. Whatever that's planning. But when we get back to Team Nevermore, it's gonna be a couple months, because we are gonna dive in, like I said, to Cyborg and other things. But when we do get back in a couple months, that's exactly what we're diving into. That's gonna be the campaign.
So in those months, what are the chances that Sirenscape gets something that is akin to a Kill Bill siren?
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen.
Special request from the scary alarm. Yeah, special request from little old me. Because holy shit.
Nexus is gonna die. I don't give a fuck what Cromwell says. Nexus is gonna die.
And we go about this the Kill Bill route.
Oh. We're chopping this character up into pieces.
Australis places Team Revengeamore instead of Nevermore. I like that. Revengeamore.
Yeah. I think at that point if we want to keep it Poe, it becomes the Telltale Heart. Or the red mask.
Well, what it becomes at that point is just like what we're gonna do when we cycle. We're gonna go into Cyborg. We're gonna go into different ones, and they'll be tied. But when we get back to Cyberpunk Red, although we're gonna have our general team name probably, we will absolutely be titling that Nevermore, because this is where it started. It's our roots, not just being Cyberpunk Red, but being us as a team for starting this before we start kind of rotating into other games. So we always gotta come back to the name Nevermore when it comes to this team in Cyberpunk Red, regardless. But we will come up with a general team name before we start cycling through. So everybody watching, make sure you stay tuned. We are going to take off next week, and then we're going to get into Cyborg. We'll have our session 0, and then we'll be weekly. We're going to rock that for about a month or more, depending on how long it takes to get through that little mini series. And then we'll get into the next game. The next game, we'll get back to Cyberpunk Red, like I said. We are going to cycle in a new player as well. I think we might have a new player probably each game. That's what I would love to do, kind of cycle in a guest to rock each system with us, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see exactly how that plans out, and we'll make the announcements as we go. But like I said, we'll take off next week, and then we'll be back to it after that.
I feel bad for the person who joins Team Nevermore after this. I feel so bad for them, because we are gonna have to let them know ahead of time, like, please, we like you as a person, but our characters are not going to like you. We're not going to trust you. You are going to have to spend so much time earning our trust.
We have a perfect open, because we're at the fucking pizza place. Someone's like, I'd like to order the soccer bomb special. Like, hi, I'm here to join the crew. And Scarecrow's just putting out his cigarette and his tongue.
There we go.
And just rage.
I fucking love that. In fact, that's how we'll bring in the player.
That makes so much sense.
Oh yeah, that's perfect sense.
Dippity.
Just after that video goes black, someone walks up, with that pizza saying that they just ordered it and sits down, like, welcome to the team.
just catches an agent at terminal velocity going to the head.
Yeah, I love it. Let's keep that in mind. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll be back here. Like I said, it might be a couple months, because we are going to get into Cyborg, and then I do want to either do Death in Space or Into the Odd. I want to do like another something different, and then get back to this team. But who knows? Maybe after Cyborg, we'll get back to this. Maybe we'll come back to this a couple times in between cycling through other games. There's no telling yet. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it, but I know that is the general plan, and that's what we're doing. So chat, stay tuned. Make sure you join the Discord as well. I put the link in there earlier. I'll drop it one more time. Make sure you join the Discord. That's the best way to keep in touch with the community, all our players, all our great streams and teams. We also have regular casting calls, so you can join our gameplay. Aside from that, I'll drop it one more time. If you want to show some support to Raven, she has a GoFundMe there we've been promoting here in our community. Check that out. Show some love if you would be so kind. And tons of other streams. Make sure you join the Discord. Check out the calendar. Bookmark the calendar. I'll drop that in there. I'm dropping all these links. Let's drop them all. This is worth bookmarking so you can keep up with all the excellent streams and gameplay and shows that we put out here at Cybernation Uncensored. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and thanks to my players for being part of this. This is wow, it feels a little sad, even though I know we're coming back to it. It feels a little sad saying like this is, the last of Team Nevermore for a little while, but we will be back. We will be back.
The end of a chapter.
Exactly.
It's not the end of the book. It's just the end of a chapter.
Exactly. We'll be back. So, all right. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.
Cybernation on